Hello, my name is Eldakhakhny, and today I will be doing a presentation around Welch's Mango Peach Fruit Snacks, an investigation into marketing. So to start this presentation, I'm just going to give a quick briefing on the product. It falls under the category of an FMCG snack, which essentially means that it is a fast mover product. It is meant to be put on the shelves at a high rate, and it's meant to be sold quickly because the products tend to expire quickly. And the products is essentially just a new snack line that has been added to Welch's Fruit Snack Company. It is meant to follow the viral trends that are going around with peelable mango candy. So to answer the question regarding whether this new product is even needed, I would definitely say that it is needed. It is meeting the growing consumer demand for fun, flavorful, and portable snack options, right? That also provide good health benefits. The primary target market includes families, obviously with school-age children, right? Very important for school lunches and things like that, and generally just Gen Z, and millennial snackers. These are trend-conscious consumers, right, who are going to be on social media, and as Welch likes to brand their food on social media, the Gen Z market who are on TikTok, on Instagram, are going to be exposed to Welch's fruit snacks. And they're going to see this product as very convenient, right? It's an on-the-go lifestyle. You can go just buy it at any major retailer, and you can eat it on the moment, eat it in your car, eat it wherever, and just get a nice, flavorful snack that will provide you with energy. And obviously the branding related to made with real fruit, gluten-free, is going to be very persuading for the customer, which is something that people are looking for. And they're also looking for new, exciting flavors, which Welch is offering. Mango peach flavor is something that's exciting and that you could argue the market needs. And regarding the question of, is this product a Me Too imitator? Yes and no. So it does follow an existing trend inspired by the viral mango candy craze, and it's adapting it into a familiar fruit snack format. So in that instance, you can say yes. But however, it also differentiates itself through Welch's strong brand equity, right? Welch is very well known and very well respected. Mass retail availability and the combination of mango and peach gives it its unique twist. While most of these upcoming trendy candies are only mango, this is mango and peach. So it's not a new product category, but it strategically blends trend adaptation with brand trust. So in that way, it has its own uniqueness. So a very important aspect to look at is, how does the market look? Well, just to give some basic numbers here, the global fruit snacks market is valued at $6.76 billion currently, and it's projected to roughly grow around 7.4% per year for the next 10 years in the United States, which does show good market growth and shows that we should be investing in this market. And when looking to do the needs of the product fulfill what the market is looking for, I would say 100% yes. The market is looking for snacks that are health conscious, right? That are gluten-free, plant-based, made with real fruit. They're looking for convenient snacks, and they're looking for flavor innovation. And in this case, Welch's Fruit Snacks meets all of those requirements. It's a flavorful snack, it's respected, you can easily buy it at major retailers, and you're innovating with new flavors, like as we're presenting here with Mango Peach. And if we're looking at a main competitor here, probably the biggest competitor is Mott's. And Mott's is respected greatly as well, but what Welch offers in more variety is something that Mott's is well known for apple-based products, apple flavored, while Welch is offering something new to the market, and it's expanding its flavors, which is very important. People sometimes get bored of the same old thing. So in this case, it definitely makes sense. In addition, it fits into trend alignment, right? We see the craze around mango candies all over social media, which fits a big demographic of Gen Z who are on TikTok, on Instagram, and who are going to be interested in these new sort of snacks. So overall, the candy is definitely fitting the market, and the market is growing at a good rate. So it shows that Welch should be continuing to invest there. So we just talked about how the market looks, right? But now we have to understand how we're going to take how the market looks and implement a market strategy. Where do we have to look? So firstly, we have to look at the demographic. That's a main variable, right? Who are we aiming toward to sell? Obviously, in this case, fruit snacks are primarily consumed by younger children, right? So we're looking anywhere between children 6 to 17, but also it's important to look at the parents, the type of family parents, right? Parents who have parents who know that they can be buying these sort of snacks for their kids. And if you're looking at other demographic like gender, income, and education level, those are all not too important. The most important thing would be to look for the age of the children, and also targeting parents is the most important thing. And if we're looking at psychographic variables, right, we're gonna look at lifestyle, people who are looking for on-the-go snacks, personality traits, right, people who are fun-loving, open to new ideas, right, open to trying new flavors, don't want to just try the same old things. That's definitely very important. And if their interests lie in social media, because you're able to promote these products through trends in social media. Third would be looking at behavioral variables, right? So usage rate. How many times would they enjoy snacking per day? We want people who snack moderate to heavy amounts per day, because fruit snacks can be consumed a lot of times. We want people who see the benefits of snacking with Welch, right? Convenience, the portability. So people who travel, people who eat out of lunch boxes, right? People who bring lunch boxes to work, lunch boxes to school is very important. We need to create people who can be loyal to brands, right? If you're able to target a market of people who are brand loyal and they become loyal to Welch, they'll consistently buy your products. So, and then last but not least, looking at geographic variables, right? Region-wise, you're primarily looking in the United States because that's where the product was launched, right? But you can also expand into places like Canada. And of course, you're looking at certain regions, you will probably be looking at a strong presence in suburban and urban areas, because those are the areas that have big box retailers like Target, Walmart, and other grocery chains where the product will be sold. Overall, you can combine all these graphics, but the main thing to look for is trend-aware families, school-age kids, and young adults who are into flavor innovation. Now I'm going to be transitioning a little bit and looking deeper into Welch's marketing mix. So the first thing to address when looking at the marketing mix here is, what is this product even offering, right? How can we persuade people to come buy it? Well, we can say that Welch's Mango Peach Fruit Snacks are a new flavor addition to Welch's well-known fruit snack portfolio. It's launched recently. This product offers a tropical blend inspired by viral peelable mango candy trend, combining the exotic taste of mango with the familiar sweetness of peach. It is also offering a product that is made with real fruit, authentic, gluten-free, single-serve pouches on-the-go snacks appealing to both kids and adult, and is available at major retailers like Walmart, Target, and other grocery stores. And it's also backed by Welch's strong brand reputation in the fruit snacks product category. So when you combine all that, you can see that the product is offering a lot. Another aspect to look into is, okay, so how is this product being distributed? Well, when it comes to Welch's Fruit Snacks, they use an indirect distribution system to reach their target market. So how do they do this? Well, you have the intermediaries. Basically, you have the wholesalers and the distributors. These are large-scale distributors who are going to purchase bulk quantities from Welch and then supply them to grocery store chains, convenience stores, and online retailers. And then the retailers, right? So people like Walmart, Target, Costco, Sam's Club, and grocery chains like Kroger will take that and then they will stock it in their stores. And then you also have the online retailers like places like Amazon, who will also provide a nationwide delivery options if people choose to use that. So why is indirect distribution being used? Well, it's very simple. Indirect distribution allows Welch to reach a wide variety of outlets across the US, including both urban and rural markets. It's cost efficient. You leverage wholesalers and retailers, and you get rid of the logistical burden on your end by using existing supply chain and relationships. You have retail visibility, right? Placement in large retail chains, so that increases brand exposure. And you look at consumers' buying habits. Most fruit snacks are going to be bought from grocery store trips and places like Costco, Walmart, so you want to place your products there. Theoretically, Welch could have its own website, right, and sell it on its own, have its own store, but it's much easier on their end to do an indirect approach. So the next important thing to look at when it comes to this marketing mix is how does the pricing look? So just to give the basic numbers here, the price per unit is $5.69 for a 22 count box. So that would equate to approximately 25 cents per pouch. There are some sales here and there that let the price per unit go down to $5.19, but for the case of this presentation, we're going to stick to $5.69 just to keep it pretty simple here. And the pricing strategy is to use value-based competitive pricing. So basically, we're making it everyday affordable pricing, right? The price point keeps the snacks accessible for family and children, right? It's very important that they can afford it. And consumers perceive multi-count boxes as better per value than buying a single pouch, which is very important, right? If you're selling 22 pouches in a box, you can maybe mark it up just slightly because people will be like, oh, I'm getting a good deal. I'm only paying $5 for 22 pouches. And you can also use subscription to promotions and discounts, right? So making sure that the stores around you are using their end cap displays where there's a drive aisle. People are walking a lot to see your product. You can put coupons occasionally on product and just reduce the price here and there to drive store traffic and impulse buys. And then when looking at how the markup chain looks, well, in this case, you have the manufacturer Welch, who their wholesale price, so the price they're selling it to the wholesaler or the distributor, it would be around $3.50 to $4. So they sell it to the distributor, the wholesaler, and then the wholesaler will take that product and they'll go ahead and sell it to the retailer and anywhere between $4.50 to $5. So at a 10 to 15% markup. And then the retailer will take that. They just bought it for around that price, $4.50 or $5. And then they will go and sell it for $5.69, which is a 15 to 25% markup on the wholesale. So in general, it keeps it at a base where everyone can be happy. And the last aspect to look at here when we're talking about marketing mix is the promotion aspect of it, right? How are we promoting the product? So each element here is very important because if you don't promote the product, you're most likely not going to get people to buy it at the rate you want. Yes, Welch is a very well-known brand, so they maybe don't need to promote as much, but constantly promoting is making sure that you're staying at the top of what the consumer market is looking for. So the first thing to look at is your advertising, right? So Welch, obviously, they use digital and social media. They lean on their long-standing digital agency partner, Jack Morton Genuine, to craft social and mobile campaigns that are highlighting real fruit ingredients and flavor innovation. These ads are usually distributed amongst Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook to reach the target audience of Gen Z and millennial snackers. And you also can use trend-driven flavor messaging, like we mentioned before with the peelable mango candy craze. It's very viral on TikTok, so you can use that to implement trends that people will like. The second one to look at is sales promotions, right? So for example, like I mentioned before, when you're selling the product at a retail store like Walmart or Costco, anything like that, or Target, what you can do is you can have the box certain weeks on sale. So instead of selling it at the $5.69 that it's listed, you can bring it down to $5.19, which Welch has done to try to encourage trial and increase volume. And obviously using coupons and in-store display deals, right? So making sure to add coupons here and there to the products or add the products on end caps in the drive aisle where people will see them. It's very important as promotion pricing boosts trial among price-conscious parents and students, which increases repeat purchases and encourages impulse buys. The third thing would be public relations. So they have a media coverage team and food press features. For example, sites like Food Cited and The Sun covered the flavor launch and its trending origins, and it extended to reach to food curious audiences, which is very important. And the last one is point of sale merchandising, right? Like I mentioned before, when people are in the store, are they going to see the product? Making sure the product is placed on end caps, is placed on the drive aisle, is on certain displays, near checkout counters in the grocery aisle, right? Because then if it's there on a certain display and it has big text, big signs, that is going to attract the attention of people. And putting packaging messaging like, oh, real fruit, gluten-free, is also going to attract the attention of people. which is going to, of course, increase your sales. So promotion is very important. And the last thing we're going to look at in this presentation is the product positioning. Now, a lot of these aspects have already been mentioned in this presentation, but just to kind of summarize it, a good way that Welch would be able to position themselves and how they'd want to verbalize it is for families and trend-seeking snackers who want portable, flavorful treats that they can feel good about. Welch's Mango Peach Fruit Snacks offers a tropical twist made with real fruit from a brand you've trusted for generations. This positioning statement is going to target parents who want better snacks for their children and that are healthier, made with real fruit, gluten-free. And it's also going to target Gen Z and millennials who are drawn to novelty flavors, fun packaging, and social media-driven trends. So, and we're looking at, like I mentioned before, Mott's is Welch's biggest competitor. And when you want to compare it to how Welch and Mott's position themselves, I would say I kind of created a little table here. So in terms of flavor innovation, we have Welch who are able to innovate, like I'm making this presentation about with the mango peach trend, but Mott's is more sticking to their original reliable apple-based heritage, which, like I said here, put here in the second part of the table, the brand heritage. And then you have the nutritional cues. So when it comes to Welch, they're talking about real fruit, vitamins, ACE, gluten-free. Mott's, again, kind of some overlap, but they have different, like with no artificial flavors. The emotional appeal, you have Welch who are looking for fun, health balance, trend awareness, while Mott's is more about keeping it simple, keeping it family friendly. The price point, Welch is slightly premium compared to its competitors just because it knows it has the brand advantage. It knows it holds most of the market share, and they can take advantage of that. They know people might pay a bit of a premium for it because they know it's a better product, while Mott's is going to be more budget oriented because they know they can't get away with a higher pricing. And when you look at the marketing approach, Welch is going to use social media. It's going to have bold packaging, while Mott's is more traditional family marketing and it's going to be softer branding. And part of that is maybe they have less money to play with, but at the same time, Mott's likes to keep things simple. They go with what's reliable, what's been working for them, while Welch tries their best to innovate in any way they can and keep their spot top of the fruit snacking industry. And thank you so much for listening, and here are my sources.